Hi there, my name is Sam Thompson. I'm a multimedia artist originally from North Pole, Alaska, now residing in between Nashville and Bloomington, Indiana. Being a multimedia artist, I've done a lot of work across different mediums of visual art, video, music, animation, basically just always challenging myself to see what new stuff I could do in each new medium that I try. I think a lot of my history and my interest in art came from when I was way younger. I started doing digital art specifically as like my first medium in 8th grade art class when we got an art program on a computer. And I had so much fun just dabbling around and creating something just completely weird, something that completely felt like me. A lot of the themes of my art, I find myself, whenever I'm doing art, honestly, always thinking about my dad, who passed away 12 years ago from liver failure. At the time when he passed away, I hadn't fully decided to pursue art as hard as I have now. And it's one of those things where I feel like I'm always making art with the thought of him in mind and the thought of, oh, if I could share this piece that I'm making today with him, what would my dad think? And I think that he would be proud. And so I feel proud to keep making stuff for him too. When it comes to me as an artist, I feel very strongly like I'm always thinking about my identity and trying to capture some iota of what it means to me personally to be identifying currently as non binary, trying to find what it is to exist as just a person thinking about who I want to be, not in terms of who I am as a man, who I am as a woman, but instead who I am as a person, who I am as an artist, who am I and what do I want to make. And I sit down at my computer every day and see what I can do, see who I can be, see who I could become, and what my art could become. Just trying to figure out who I am, which is something that evolves day after day, just as my art evolves. Sometimes day after day, sometimes it takes a few months. It's taken a few years, perhaps decades of working on this art to really reach the point that I'm at today. My process is one that I've refined myself over doing digital art for about 18 years now in different forms and formats. And I feel like a lot of my process evolved out of finding myself falling out of love with some forms of art, mostly like more objective art. I spent a lot of time focusing on illustrative techniques in the past. I always felt that frustration of not being able to transmit what was in my mind into the page. And it turned into a process that was one half art and one half anxiety, one half frustration boiling over the 100% into about 150% of me staring at the paper being like, I don't like this. And so kind of out of that I found myself wanting to approach art more from a flow state of more of, instead of having the piece in mind, instead trying to discover the piece as I go. So a lot of the times now when I'm creating pieces, I step into it trying to emphasize what I can draw out of the blank canvas. I love sitting down and not really knowing what I'm doing, even after all these years of doing art, and just finding through the process of sitting down and just clicking away, drawing away, scribbling away, flipping stuff around, moving stuff here and there, rotating through all of my color options at sometimes blinding speed, and just seeing at the end of the day what comes out of all of it. It's always interesting every day to continue working on art and just open up my program, look at the blank canvas for a second, and just kind of think, I'm creating something from nothing here, something that comes from within. Transmitting it into something outside of myself that others can see. And so through the lens of art, they can see a little bit into me. I do a lot of work where it's mostly centered around the idea of discovery, of finding the piece, and through the process finding what new techniques I can learn, what new stuff I could draw from, what new stuff I can draw, what I can use, what I can create. I learn something new each time I do art, both about my art and about myself. And I hope that by looking at my art today, you learn something new too. I hope you enjoy my art, and I hope you enjoy this little snapshot into me. A lot of my art you can find both under my name, Sam Thompson, by looking up Sam Thompson Artist or Sam Thompson Art, or you can find it under my aliases Quirk and Quill, or my music under the name Aviary.